Hello guys and welcome again to Zul Gurub here in Project Ascension on the Warcraft Reborn Bronzebeard realm. Here we are doing the High Priestess Jeklik in Mythic difficulty. I was a little bit distracted with the start of the fight and getting ready, recording and doing the prep-all and everything, so the fight started a tiny bit later. I think I was also running a cliff build here, because even though we do need some decent single target damage here, there are lots of AoE packs and high priority mobs that we need to cleave down. I believe the mechanics from Ascended to Mythic are similar, but the values just change for health and damage. So for the most part you want to keep clearing the ads, because these ads can add up of course and eventually overwhelm the tanks and just mess up with the raid, but there will be high priority targets that you need to deal with depending on your role. So this is the first phase of the fight, and this phase is still quite simple, but then on the second phase is when things become a little bit more challenging. The High Priestess will also transform into some sort of demon bat thing, and then there will be different ads. So we have the transformation now at 50% of the HP, and the new highest priority target for the DPSs becomes the Frenzied Gurubashi bat, which is an ad that will grow stronger over time, and it also leeches HP, so the damage that it does also heals the boss. The boss also does this screaming ability that fears everyone and also does some damage. We are supposed to stay away from the boss. The boss charges at a target that will be far from the raid group and then screams there, and only then can we as DPS damage the boss if we don't have any high priority targets. For the tanks there will be something different to worry about, which is the Crazed Bat Rider. So these guys will explode and they need to kite these ones away from the raid group. These guys also do really big damage, so having a lot of paladins usually in most raid groups has been nice. So you have Divine Sacrifice, you have some defensives that you can use on your tanks, and that can really help out the raid a lot. The boss also leaves these fire puddles on the ground, you need to pay attention. I'm not sure if there is a problem with my graphics, sometimes the puddles are not completely displaying, but I just have everything close to maximum, so it's already lots of stuff on the screen happening at the same time, lots of great effects. And I'm using the HD model, so it's a little bit more demanding on the PC, but I'm still able to see this, and even then I just can see the pink damage and avoid the pink damage on myself. As you can see, having a good AoE spec here is important, because the trash can accumulate quite fast, and after a while, especially closer to the end of the fight, there are just so many trash mobs that you need to deal with, and you still need to focus the Frenzied Gurubashi bats, because these guys are healing the boss. And also as an Arms Warrior I can always try to weave in a Mortal Strike on the boss. I need to try to maximize the damage, but also maximize the healing factor reduction on the boss. The Fear Totem, especially in the tank group, can be essential to keep the raid alive, because of the aggro on so many mobs, to avoid having your DPS characters die in this raid. You can also have hunters doing misdirection, rogues doing tricks of the trade, anything that can help the tanks, and maybe have assigned roles for those utilities. And when the boss is really low and you feel like you have the damage, you can really try to push it and try to push the last few percent of damage really quickly and use all of your cooldowns, you know. But you need to have a pretty clean fight up to that point, that avoid having too much leftover trash before you get overwhelmed. Keep in mind to save some defensives on the off-tank that is taunting the Crazed Bat Riders for when they explode and deal bigger damage, and this should not be too difficult of a fight. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and check out my channel for more content, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to share your opinions and ideas in the comments section, and like the video if you liked it. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. I will try to post soon a video about my Warrior Mystic Enchant builds and talents and all of that stuff. Thank you very much and have a great day.